Imagine a world where no one was hungry. Everyone had more than enough to eat. Every man, woman, and all the children of the world had access to food daily. That is a world in the future, starting with the actions of today. More than anything else, food is the most important thing to any human being. Even Mahatma Gandhi once said, "When a man is hungry, God can only appear to him in the form of bread." Hi, I'm Gina McPhee, and this is PortCalls. Welcome to another episode of PortCalls, an inside look into one of the country's most important facets, our ports, and the organization that manages them, SLASPA. We cannot understate the importance of food to human beings. Everyone knows that we must eat. World Food Day is celebrated every year across the world on 16th October. It is an annual celebration in the honor of the founding date of the Food and Agriculture Organization, launched by the United Nations in the year 1945. The day is celebrated annually to focus attention on the importance of food and food security. Each year, a new theme is selected, which zeroes in on specific areas needed for action and to provide a common goal and focus. The theme for 2018 is "Our Actions Are Our Future." So what role does SLASPA play to the provision of food to St. Lucians? One would think it is strictly the importation of food, and that is mostly true. Over the last few years, St. Lucia has had a food import bill of over $300 million annually. Every year, tons of food cargo enters the country through the ports managed by the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority. SLASPA plays a critical role in ensuring that these food products reach the consumer on time and in a manner that is safe for consumption. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we look at the process from the hatch to the shelf. How does the food get from the ship to your kitchen shelf? Welcome back to PortCalls. If you're just joining us, we were looking at SLASPA's contribution to food security. How does food imported to St. Lucia get to your kitchen shelf? Let us look at some of the major players in the process. We begin with the opening of the hatch. One of the major players, Blue Boy. Shipping agents are vital to the process, responsible for logistics.
My name is Trevor Phillip, and I'm Managing Director of Trevor A. Phillip Agencies Limited. We are mainly ships agents, customs brokers, freight forwarders, We're into what we call transportation logistics. All right. We facilitate import clearance, export of general goods. LASPA happens to be integral to our business because, as said earlier, we facilitate import and export of goods. So many things that we import, we have to interact with SLASPA. Many things that we export, we have to interact with SLASPA, whether by air or by sea. In either case, SLASPA is integral because they are the ones who are the custodian of the cargo on the port. And we need a smooth, seamless relationship with SLASPA so as to get the goods, whether it be on the shelves or in the homes of the people.
Food items coming in by air go through the Uranora Air Cargo Services.
Our business here is really the facilitation of import and export of air cargo. The bulk of our business is from the fresh produce shippers. That is a lot of the fresh produce which is bought from the farmers here and exported to the US, Canada, and the UK. Our largest market, of course, for fresh produce is the UK, where we see between 10 to 15 tons leaving this island weekly by air. And well, that, of course, entails from breadfruit to plantain and the June plums, which is what we call the golden apple, the guinea, which we call the yaki. And I mean, if you were to go to a UK market on a Monday or a Tuesday, you would come across a lot of solution products in that market. The import area of our business it's vast, and the products would range from a bicycle to anything that somebody wants to import into the island, and that is facilitated through us, of course, with the use of the SLASPA as the landlord of this air cargo facility. We merely the tenants, and we facilitate this aspect of the trade.
From the port, it has to be trucked to a warehouse or holding facility.
Trucking is the in-between the ports and the market, the supermarkets, the stores, what have you. They're the one who did do the final destination, basically from the ports to the merchants, the stores. That's the role. Well, in my opinion, that is, if not the most important role, actually getting the stuff to the merchants or then the customers to buy the service. The most important role. They are one of the more important roles. Trucking is a critical, if not one of the more important roles, as I say. Relationship with SLASPA and truckers. It is a very vital and important relationship to ensure the smooth transition between getting the goods from the ports to the merchants. It has to be a smooth transition. The relationship is very important. It have to be, how I put it, in sync with each other in order to get those goods across to the customers.
And of course, the final link to your kitchen shelf, the supermarket shelf.
In a way, we just fall short of literally putting food on the table. And managing that process from ordering to getting our goods into our warehouse and eventually getting it out to the stores for our customers is a very complicated logistics process. SLASPA does play a pivotal role in that process. So you can well imagine that role begins from the time a ship is out just beyond the harbor, because obviously SLASPA has to, through the port operations, have to give the approvals for those ships to come in. Then they have to manage the pilot vessel that has to guide those ships into the harbor. Then there is the issue of finding a berth. Where do those ships dock? How do you manage that schedule between the cargo vessels and the cruise vessels? And of course, there is how do you get those goods, those containers, both full container cargo and break bulk cargo from off those vessels. There is what I think they call the Blue Boy, this huge crane that could pick the containers off and, of course, deposit them at port. So it is a highly technical and well-structured process that they go through. And simple kinks in that process can cause huge bottlenecks. So That therefore also highlights the importance of SLASPA getting it right so that we can get those goods off the port and into our warehouse. SLASPA also plays a very, very important role in basically keeping custody of the goods so that the government can collect its revenue. Because you obviously don't have access to those containers until you've paid your duties. And so there are a number of processes that run in parallel with SLASPA in preparation for customers, clients getting access to those goods. SLASPA and Massey stores, we have a shared responsibility for getting that product from source to our customers. And we both play a very critical role in that regard. The role that SLASPA plays in ensuring that those goods land get to port of those ships secured, and they hold custody of those goods until such time as we have paid our dues to the government so that it can get onto our trucks and into our warehouse, cannot be underscored sufficiently. That role is so critical to getting those goods on the shelf. I know what customers see is a product on Massey store shelf, and we have to do everything in that chain to get that product on the shelf. But that responsibility is shared. That responsibility is shared by our suppliers. It is shared by the shipping lines, the shipping vessels, and then SLASPA has its very critical share of that responsibility, some of which I've explained to you before, for making sure anything that goes wrong in any of those areas can lead to significant delays for our customers. So we take that role seriously, Massey stores. I am very clear that SLASPA takes that role seriously. And of course, all of our other stakeholders. But we're here to talk about SLASPA, and I want to thank SLASPA for the job that they have been doing over these years in making sure that we get our products on time, we get our products, managed well so that it gets to us in a good physical condition, so eventually our customers can be happy that they can get the food on the table.
We'll take another break now. When we come back, we look at food exports. Welcome back to PortCalls. Now, we've been looking a lot at the import of food, but SLASPA also facilitates the export of food and food products from St. Lucia. SLASPA was key in the glory days of the banana industry.
Throughout St. Lucia's colonial and post-colonial history, its economy has been traditionally based on agriculture, with agricultural production being mostly export-oriented. Agricultural production under colonial rule was focused heavily on sugarcane. This gave way to bananas as a principal cash crop in the 1950s. The banana industry in the Windward Islands developed quickly following the collapse of the sugar industry. In 1953, Geest Industries Limited formed in St. Lucia, and the first consignment of bananas shipped on the Golden Gate to London docks. In 1954, Dutch-born businessman John Van Geest signed a 10-year contract with Banana Growers Associations from the 4 Windward Islands to purchase, ship, and sell all bananas of exportable quality they could grow, paving the way for the development of the green gold era in St. Lucia and other Windward Islands. According to Hansen, Ellis and DeVoe in A History of St. Lucia, between 1954 and 1957, banana production island-wide boomed while sugar production stagnated. The Geest Tide, Geest Crest, and other boats docked in Castries and Vieux-Fort weekly to pick up bananas loaded by women carrying bunches on their heads. From a crop of 1,904 tons in 1954, banana production soared to 21,329 tons in 1960. Banana production subsequently increased over the years, with export reaching their highest levels in 1992 at 274,539 tons. The shift to bananas opened up the market for large numbers of rural, small producers and ushered in an era of prosperity that lasted from 1960 to the early 1990s. The banana trade represented a significant era in St. Lucia's economic development. Undoubtedly, Podcast trees played a key role in this development, with the Geese Banana Shed at Berth 6 being the storage facility for thousands of boxes of bananas before they set sail on their weekly journey to Europe. As the key point of export for the island's banana crop, the Geese Banana Shed became something of a national treasure. On a typical banana day, the Latok Road would be lined with trucks filled to capacity with green gold, as bananas were called in those days. It was something of a ritual, with farmers arriving in the wee hours to be among the first to get on the Way Bridge to have their bananas weighed and inspected.
Although it has scaled down immensely over the years, St. Lucia still exports bananas and food produce. Here is farmer and exporter Nicholas Faisal.
My farm is situated in the Canal Valley along the Vigier Road. There I have 3 farms. One which is on the other side of the highway. It's about 12 acres. And on this side we have a small banana farm along the river bank, which is 3 acres. And further on I have a passion fruit farm. And beyond that farm, nearing the rainforest, I have a provision farm. Yes. That has become necessary because although before I went into exporting, I sold bananas to Windfresh. In fact, one of my farms is still, the production is still designated for the UK market. But this farm where we stand, it's to give support to my export business, which is to export bananas regionally to Barbados and to St. Kitts. So that most of the activities that is conducted on the farm, though it's in keeping with the standards that we've set for the UK export, but it's strictly for regional export. Regionally, this year is 6 years since I've been exporting. It's a 1 year this month since I started exporting to St. Kitts, but to Barbados it's 6 years. And since then, I've had to pay more attention to the exporting business than the farming business. And that is so because of the fact that the demands placed on me by my customers out there is such that it requires my presence in the export arrangement, ensuring that the farmers can supply me with the wide range of products that my customers are requesting from me. And that is really beyond bananas and plantains. Traditionally, we've supplied bananas and plantains to Barbados. Somewhere weekly, we supply Barbados somewhere in the region of 1,200, 1,300 cases of bananas and plantains. But since having gone into St. Kitts, after the tropical storm Maria in Dominica, we found that we've had to move beyond bananas, so that the request comes like cinnamons, avocados, oranges, yams, dry coconuts, and a whole range of other things that is more demanding. Because traditionally, your banana farmers and plantain farmers, they come to your depot to deliver their stuff on Tuesdays. But with the non-traditional requests or crops that are requested, you have to go out. These are not typical farmers. You know, these people, you have to go out to the various communities where they are situated and to get the produce out of them. Surely, SLASPA is the facilitator in the whole scheme of things. And for St. Kitts, for example, we do containers. And every Tuesday or Monday, we ship via tropical shipping. So a container is packed at our pack shed, and it's transported to Castries, where SLASPA, because it's a reefer, it's a refrigerated container, SLASPA would facilitate us having the connection done to keep the container cool while waiting to be loaded on the vessel. So that's one of the ways that we surely benefit from that arrangement, because outside of that, we would have a situation where between the time that it left the plant or the packing shed to the point where it's loaded on the vessel, we would not have had that cooling, the continuous cooling arrangement, which is important for perishables. Okay, so we see that role and other roles in facilitating the porting, the ship, the vessel rather, stocking and whatever other services they provide to the vessel in facilitating us having the opportunity to ship our container out to the destination. I think it's all part of the bigger package.
Other food products are vitally important, and the sector has grown over the years. One of our biggest exporters of food product in St. Lucia is Barron Foods.
The principal exportable products are the ones where we use raw materials 80% from St. Lucia. Hot sauces, green seasonings, gravy browning, banana ketchup. These are all products we use. The principal raw material is from St. Lucia. So our backward linkage has to be strong. So we have a pool of about 35 farmers. And we assign crops to them. And so we get them committed. And we pay them every Friday. So they have the cash being collected on Friday, and they deliver the crops between Monday and Thursday. By doing so, we work with Cardi, and we bring in Cardi 2 to 3 times per year, and we have workshop with Cardi and the 35 farmers, and we take Cardi officers to each and every farm the farmers who work with us, and we try to see if they're having diseases, and they train them, and then we come back here in our company, and we have workshop, and we discuss that. Apart from that, we do small loans, and we give them, so in case if they don't have for fertilizer application, and so we assist them. We assist them with crates. So it's a good relationship that we have built, because we use approximately 5,000 to 10,000 pounds of peppers per week. And these we ship out to the 30 countries. So goods coming in is of one idea, but the goods going out is of paramount importance, because we assign 1 week to 2 week maximum to get the goods delivered. And we need SLASPA to work with us that closely so that we can get the relevant shipping companies to pick up and drop off our goods to the respective destinations. SLASPA, over the years, which is over 25 years, has played an integral role in Barron Foods. We do quite a bit of importation, and more so export. We are currently exporting to over 30 countries worldwide. That means our link with SLASPA has to be there in securing transportation of these goods in container loads. We ship in both reefer containers and ordinary containers. And the most important one is when we are bringing in cargo, we have to work with them, and we have been getting a precise service in terms of getting the delivery sometimes in the same day, and more so in 1 or 2 days. We don't even wait for 5 days to clear goods. So we need that efficiency. We are building blocks, and we need the service to be efficient. And not one day during this 25 years we had to call on SLASPA putting a complaint on anyone's desk. So with this kind of service, it only augurs well for Barron Foods.
Welcome back to PortCalls. Thank you for staying with us. From canned foods to fresh produce, desserts and sweets, to meats and vegetables, cakes, coffees and teas, the list goes on. Everything you buy at the supermarket, or even the market, has some input from SLASPA, whether directly or indirectly. If you bought imported foods, well, that's easy. They came through one of our ports, whether in a container, on a ship, entering through Port Castries or Vieux-Fort, or via air cargo coming into one of the airports. They went through SLASPA's processes, entering the country, transferring to the importer's warehouse, and then to you. And even local produce, although grown here, requires seeds and fertilizers, tools and equipment. In most instances, These are imported and came through Slasper's ports. So the next time you sit to have a meal with friends or family, remember, Slasper plays a major role in ensuring that you have food on your table. Slasper remains committed to ensuring that all food items are handled securely and in a timely manner to reach the consumer safely, and that every St. Lucian will always have food on their tables. After all, we compliment your every move. See you next time on PortCalls. But first, let's eat.
When packing your carry-on bag, keep in mind the 3-1-1 liquids rule. Liquids, gels, aerosols, creams and pastes should not exceed 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters per container. This includes items such as toothpaste, gel deodorants, shampoos, lotions, and similar personal care items. Consumables like bottled water, peanut butter, and jams must also comply with the rule. All liquids must fit into one quart-sized clear plastic zip-top bag, and only one bag is allowed per customer. That's 3-1-1. There are some exceptions if you have special needs or children. You may bring prescription and over-the-counter medicines, baby formula, breast milk, juice, and other essential liquids in quantities larger than 3.4 ounces. Please present these items to security officers at the checkpoint because they may require alternative screening. For more information on Travel 311, go to slasper.com. This message brought to you by the Airline Operators Committee of St. Lucia.